Hey viewers, how the devil are you? If you've always wondered what a 600 kilowatt oil burner looks like, that's 1 litre a minute, you're looking at it. And I've got it even going harder. Have a look and see how it's done. My recent oil burning endeavours are starting to outweigh the amount of fuel that I can gravity feed. So what I've come up with is a pressurised system. I'm just using a normal 9 kilo LPG barbecue gas bottle here, and I've got an old regulator off an oxyacetylene set. The reason I'm using this is because it does very low kPa. I'm running it at about 25 kPa at the moment, which I think that's about all the plastic tank's going to hold, and that's giving me a reasonable flow. The way I've got it set up is just the air tube runs up, and there's my tank that I use for the waste oil, and as you can see, the tube just pressurizes the tank and it comes out my conventional valves there. The valve closest to the tank is simply used as an on-off, and the gate valve gives a little bit more control, and therefore I use that to regulate the fuel flow. So I haven't actually checked what sort of flow I'm getting as yet, but I'm going to do that now. I've got a water bottle. I've marked off 500 ml graduation on it, and I'm going to time that and see if I can work out what the flow is at a given pressure rate. So as can be seen by the way that drum is rather scarily pumping up, I've got a bit of pressure on it. So now I'm going to open up the oil and basically do a bit of a timing and see what sort of flow rate I'm getting. This is marked off to 500 mils. I had to do it that way just with water in advance because I didn't have anything. I was happy to put some waste oil in. So what I'll do is I'll open up the valve, this one fully, then I'll crack this one and try and time what we're getting. Oh, missed that. Okay, oh, should have had it primed first. There we go. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, about 33, so I'm just getting under 1 litre a minute with that. So 1 litre a minute is 600 kilowatts, so I think that should be pretty adequate for what I want to do with this burner at the moment. For some reason the oil doesn't want to stop, and as you can see I am using engine oil. It is my least preferred option, but I am running out of old veg oil, so I'll make do with that for the moment. So let's put it to a burner, fire it up and see how we go. Now, because I've been looking everywhere to find a flow meter of the right capacity that I want to actually be able to measure the flow of oil I'm getting, I haven't been able to do that. They're either too high or too low. I want something from about 0 to 1 litre an hour, and everything I find is outside that range. So I'm going to use the very specialised method of a piece of tape there on the side of the drum. Once I get it up and running, I'll mark it. I'll give the thing a flat out run for 5 minutes. I'll mark it again, fill it up, and I'll get back to you with what the actual consumption was and work that out in kilowatts. Given that I've got that maxed out, I'm already very close to 600 kilowatts right there. This thing, it sounds like a jet engine. I'll hit the other blower and see what that does. That is really a roar. I'm yelling into this thing and I doubt you're going to hear me all that well anyhow. Okay, well, for today's safety tip, basically there isn't one. If you're stupid enough to muck around with shit like this and you don't know what you're doing, all I can say is God help you, because you're gonna need it. This stuff isn't for sissies and whingers, so if you don't know what you're doing, stay the frig away from it. That is all. Okay, so there's my markers and I'll measure it up. My goal for burners for a few years now has been to get 600 kilowatts out of one. That's basically 1 litre of oil per minute. I easily eclipsed that today. I'm pretty surprised myself at how easy I did it. I did it just with the one blower. And that was, I put it down to having the much larger outlet on the burner, which allowed the back pressure to be decreased. Once the air enters the burner and of course the combustion takes place, the air expands many times, so you are going to have a lot more going out than you are in. With that in mind, I made the bigger outlet, and it's just worked, you know, so well it's not funny. So what I'll do now is measure the amount of oil between those two marks that I made. That's how much it used in 5 minutes, and I'll let you know what that works out to. Now this will give you a bit of a graphic example of how much oil that thing is burning a minute. That is the flow rate that's going into that burner, and it's eating it all up. Clearly that's a lot more than what your car would do, simply because there wouldn't be too many people watching this that have got 600 kilowatt outputs on their car engines, that's for sure. Okay, so there's 4 litres. I hate this stuff. Hopefully you can see where the marker is there. I think we're going to be spot on 5 litres somehow. Okay, I'd say that's about it, and to my way of thinking, looking at that, it's a bit hard to see if the thing's still on, but that is, yep, that's on half a bottle, so 5 litres, 5 minutes, that's 600 kilowatts. So there we go. I've well and truly done what I hoped to do and set out to do, so I'm pretty pleased with that. The most exciting thing is that there's still room to go with it. With that second blower and with a stronger tank and even more output, I reckon there's 800 and possibly even 1,000 kilowatts there, and that's getting into some real serious shit then. I do have another burner that I'm building that's got an even bigger inlet to go with the outlet, so if this one doesn't do it, the other one probably will with the help of the dual blowers. I might actually even have a look at putting dual inlets on it so I can do that capacity. So there you go, a pretty graphic proof. I don't think I've seen anybody do quite that much output power on a home built burner before, but I tell you what, if there's anybody out there that can build it, I sure would like to see it.